And salute. Two. The POW, MIA, and missing comrade flags will now be posted by the color guard. A POW, MIA empty chair is placed at all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW, MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoner from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in the defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Uncover. Please join us in a moment of silence in memory of our missing comrades. Mitchell K. Canoy. The chaplain will now offer a prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for those gathered here tonight. Be with us in our walks of life. Let us be attentive to all who join in this meeting. We ask that you guide us as members of this post tonight so that we might be productive in our discussions toward goals of service to you, our members, the community, and this nation. Let us remember all our servicemen and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice, and for those who are still suffering in hospitals, nursing homes, and personal dwellings. Guide us, be with us this evening. We ask all of this for God and country in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Please join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cover. We will now recite the preamble of the Constitution of the American Legion. For God and country,
we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate a 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in the Great Wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness.
Adjutant, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do. We have 286 here.
I now declare Marion Post 298, Department of Iowa, regularly convened. Sergeant of Arms, do we have any guests, visitors, or new members?
Yes, Commander, we do have a current member who's attending his first meeting. Dave Miller has been a member. I'll let him explain a little more about that, but he's with us for the first time tonight.
You want to come on in?
I have another.
We'll get a picture here in 1 second. Hold on, we got 2 other members coming up. If you're new, come on up.
Jim.
Your new come up. First meeting. Commander,
Is this your first meeting?
we have a second one that I was not aware of. Are you a new member or a first meeting? Okay.
You can just stand in line a little bit. Come on over here.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. We're gonna look over here and get a nice picture so we can put it in our newsletter, okay? All right, so we're gonna introduce ourselves real quick. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Robert DeMassa, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm Bill Wendell. Been in Civil Corps. So great to be here.
We're happy to have you. Thank you.
All right.
Roger, man.
Dave Miller.
Dave Miller, you want to tell us about stuff?
My name's Dave Miller. I was a photographer in the United States Navy. 22 years of active service. I did another 14 years in the D.C. area working on government contracts. Finally moved back home here a few years ago. Joined the Legion in, I can't remember the days, almost 30 years ago. And I've been a member ever since, but today's my first meeting.
Oh, we're happy to have you. Roger, man.
I'm Sandy, Dwayne Sands, and I just transferred over from 727. I've been a Legion member for 51 years, and I started out as an Air Force brat, and then the Army Security Agency 4 years, did the National Guard, and retired out of the Navy Seabees.
Well, thank you for your service and welcome to our club.
Jerry Monk. My name's Jerry Monk. I just moved to Marion last fall. I was in the Air Force and from 1965 through 1969 in the Security Police. I have been in the American Legion at one post or another for, this will be the 54th year. And as I just moved down, I moved down from my last post, which was at Grundy Center, Iowa.
All right, very good. Well, welcome here. All four of you, make sure that we get you signed in on the document, okay? And then we'll get your name put on the newsletter. Thank you. The minutes of our meetings are published in the newsletter. Are there any correction or amendments to the published minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand as published. We're going to get started with our committee reports. We'll start with membership. George Pena.
Our membership is at 1,002 people, 2 members, at 96%. 36 of those are new, and 42 of those names have been transfers.
Thank you. Post activities. Mike Cleveland could not make it here today, so I'll just give you a breakdown. Currently in the account, there's $9,662.18. There'll be a check for $6,662 written to the general fund for the American Legion. Omelet breakfast on 4/17, and then there's a tenderloin fry on 4/21. I will. Yeah. Finance officer, Mike Barron.
Okay, finance for March, checking, we set it up with $19,359.10. Income for March was $5,705.76. Expenses $6,937.79 for a negative difference of $1,123.03. Major income, all income $3,550, membership $1,120. Major expense Energy, $1,856.07. The reason that is so high is because February was a short month and Alliant didn't take their money until the 1st of March. Boy Scout, Cub Scout, donations to them $600, Vets Club $400, membership $315. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Building Corporation, Gary?
Commander, for the month of March, our income was $775. Our expenses were $266. We have a balance 1 April, $22,035.
Vets Club, Bernie?
Our balance right now, after commitments to the post, $14,685 in checking, $4,486 in savings. Some of the things we're working on in the bar at present, we're redoing any bar rails that need to be recovered. We're working on bar stools that need to be refurbished. We're going to redo the pool table, and we're going to work on some of our commitments to the other associations. One of the things we've already done is we've given $500 to the Freedom Boat Foundation, $500 to the Auxiliary Project, and don't forget about Burger Night tomorrow night. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you.
Service Officer, Leonard Olson?
I'm continuing to call Vietnam and Korea veterans as part of the buddy check. We lost one of our good members yesterday. Some of you may or may not know him. Ken Bump passed away, and he was a long-time member here. Also, I have a lady who wants to help call some more members, and I have a list at the bar for her. And second, or last of all, last week or 2 weeks ago, Danny and I went through our handicapped equipment in the garage, and we have way too much. So I called Charlie Becker at Camp Courageous, and we took a pickup load of stuff over to them about 2 weeks ago. We still have adequate here, but we got a little more room. And last, how many people are going on the honor flight next Tuesday? Raise your hand. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. Sergeant of Arms, Stan?
Commander, I really don't have anything other than the Kenny Bump situation. I would bring up this one note that was brought up in the executive board, and I'm probably more guilty of it than most people. I've noticed nobody has failed to do it tonight, but when we have something to say, we should salute the flag first. It was brought up that that's a proper etiquette to do, and when you're finished, in fact, I'm not sure I did now when I stood up, but we've been asked to do that, so try and keep that in mind. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you, Dan. Historian, Jim?
Nothing to report.
Children and Youth. Start with Kelly.
Nothing to report.
Jerry?
Commander, first thing I'll touch on is scholarship. We have completed the scholarships being received, as March 31st was our final date to turn scholarships in. We did go ahead and send out applications or drop off applications at 20 different schools. We have 11 schools that have return scholarships that are represented. And out of that, we have the people that are judging them currently, and I thank very much to Dean Abraham, to Roger Norfolk, and also to Mike Barron, who will be continuing the judging. And we will finalize that on April 20th as far as the 2 scholarships that the post offers, the 2 $1,000 ones. And then we have the trust fund scholarship where we do give $1,600. And once those people have been identified, why I will call them, and also we will send them letters as far as notifying them. We will also contact the schools as well as the students and offer to be at their school awards banquet so that we can go ahead and present the certificates in the presence of their peers and within their school where they spent 4 years. And then in follow-up with that, to close things out, why we will make the official presentation on Memorial Day here at the Post on May 29th, where we will honor them and of course their families. In follow-up with that, we do have the state baseball tournament that's coming here May 6th. It's going to be shared between us and also the Swisher Post, who will be holding their games at Prairie High School on May 6th, as we are co-hosting with the Swisher Post. We will hold our games at Prospect Meadows, and the games are currently scheduled to start at 10, 12:30, and 3. And along with that, with being a host post, we will have our team in there no matter how it works out leading up to in the preliminary contest. So our team will be represented from our post. In follow-up of that, we will have various people that are going to be working there. But one of the things I am requesting is with the Honor Guard, and I've worked with Dan Palmersheim as far as we will get the message out. He did send out an email approximately 2 months ago as far as just reminding the Honor Guard. And we are going to be in need of a couple people did respond that they are available for the entire day, which is greatly appreciated. But Dan will send it out again, and then I will follow up with him as far as how many people are going to be made available. And I totally realize, people, that there's other activities in your life, you have family, and it's a weekend, etc. But I will work on the schedule and continue the communication after Dan sends out his original one. I'll probably keep people informed week by week. And for those people that are interested, our team is struggling. They're a very young team. There are no seniors on it, and they're currently at 1-4. And they played as many games so far this year with the great weather as what they played all of last year with all the cancellations. Thank you.
1-4, but we're made the playoffs, so that's a good thing. Is Andy here? Andy Schmidt?
No.
Not looking like him. Report on Sal?
Yes. Let's see, get that short.
Speak up.
They have $7,736 in their checking.
$10 round.
That was Robert Steinbeck. I'm interested in him. I called him, he called me back. Anyway, I gave the finance. They had 125 at their March breakfast and 82 at their basket dinner. They discussed volunteers for breakfast funding and upcoming Tuesday night basket dinner. They discussed a concern about breakfast being on Easter Sunday. Tuesday night basket dinner will be a pork sandwich with French fries.
Thank you. Legion Riders?
I should have said it.
Currently, we have $3,180.26 in our checking account. We did loose meat sandwiches on Tuesday. We served 69 people, $219 in profit, I believe. We're doing it again on May 2nd.
To ride Saturday.
And Saturday, we're going to Albia, Iowa, after our meeting. I think that's it.
Thank you, Jim. Alrighty, moving into unfinished business or old business. So I think Mike Etzel has some old business to talk about the, the train that they're moving down here? Yep, the caboose that they're moving down here. So Mike.
All right, and we'll do this as soon as I'm done with that. Okay, I told Commander it's going to be 2 minutes, so just to keep people informed of what's going with the caboose. No changes yet, but for those that haven't seen, I'll leave a copy here, you guys.
Thank you, sir.
If you guys could just throw them to the back. This is why they do not want the caboose uptown. This shows you the plans that the Uptown Committee has for Marion Square. And you'll see where they want to move why they want to get the caboose out. That's just their proposal, and like with this move, they're waiting funding and approval. So no meetings at this point. So that takes care of that. I was under 2 minutes.
You're perfect.
Next thing is, had a Vietnam veteran who was unable to make our meeting when I was presenting the commemorative pins. Jerry?
I'm gonna come up to this.
So when we get a new member, we get a pin, we'll, come on over here, where's my picture taker, man? There, oh,
I got you.
we got people. Okay, so this, everybody's heard the story, but this is your Vietnam War commemorative pin for either your hat, your lapel, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service.
Say, Mike, is that pavilion going, or is it gonna stay?
Is the what now? The pavilion?
Next to
The pavilion's gonna be enclosed, yes.
Phil is also heating up that.
Served through 50, into 55?
Did you serve Vietnam vet, what did you say?
1955.
Korean.
Yeah, Korean. This starts in 1955. Yeah, we're good.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir. You got something, Roger?
I have a caveat to the PID awards. I took pictures of everybody that was up there. They're on the website, so if you wanted to download it and print it or whatever, there's a picture of you receiving your pin, and the movie of the last meeting is on it as well.
Thank you, Roger. All right, any other old business? All right, so we will, in old business, we'll be doing the second call for nominations. Second call for nominations, so nomination of officers for 2023, 2024. We're going to start at Commander, for second call for Commander. Second call for Commander.
The silence is deafening.
I nominate Robert.
Me?
You.
I would accept that nomination.
Second.
Third, fourth.
Take a motion to close.
Any other nominations for Commander? All right, moving on to First Vice. Nomination for First Vice. Just to remind everybody, this is a pretty active role. Takes a lot of time. Involves membership being the primary goal of First Vice.
I nominate George.
Who said that?
Mike Barrett. Are you interested?
As of today, I'll be interested. This is the second call, right?
Second call, correct.
If anyone ever wants to run, we have a third call coming.
I second George.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, any other First Vice? All right, Second Vice. So far for Second Vice, we got Mike Cleveland. Anybody else want to do Second Vice?
I nominate Mike Cleveland for second vice.
Hold this up. Anybody else want to do Second Vice?
Oh, he was already nominated.
All righty, moving on. Adjutant, I got Rob Strenbach, which I don't think Rob is here today. Does anybody else want to run for adjutant? He's the one that called me. Anybody else for adjutant? Finance officer, I got Mike Barron. Anybody else would like to run against Mike? Second call, finance officer. Moving on, chaplain. I got Kelly and Mike Gilmore.
Mike, if you please, sir, my church has given me an assignment that takes me 200 miles from here every Wednesday and Thursday, so I wish to withdraw in favor of someone who can give more time to the post.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else would like to run for chaplain? So far we got Kelly now. Anybody else? Very good. Historian, Jim, is the only one I got so far. Would anybody else like to run for historian? Very good. Sergeant of Arms, I got Dan. Anybody else would like to run besides Dan? Alrighty, service officer. I have Leonard Olson. Would anybody else like to run for that?
Run? Run?
I want to run.
We gotta catch him.
Alrighty, executive board. I have Shelby, Andy, S, Pete, Purvey, and Kelly. Anybody else would like to join the executive board? Big thing I want from the executive board, this is obviously a member that's going to bring ideas in to our post and also help implement those ideas. Mike?
I have a question.
Yes.
In case of Kelly, if she's the only one who's running for chaplain, then, there's no point in being on the executive board.
I agree 100%. Last month there was 2 people running for chaplain, so I think it was a little bit different scenario, but would you like to retract your name currently?
I will retract my name.
Very good. All right, executive board. If you've never had a role here at the American Legion, this is a really good role to get into to get your feet wet. Come on, people.
How often do you gotta meet?
We have a meeting once a month, unless there's emergency meeting, then we would call you in for that emergency meeting, which hasn't happened in the last 7 years that I've been here. So, once a month. And that meeting happens at 6:30 on the day of our general meeting.
I can do it.
Well, somebody nominate this young man.
Steve Harvey.
I nominate Steve.
I second it. What was the name again? Steve Arby?
Yeah, you see me on TV.
He was a recruiter, and took half of our boys over there.
All right, anybody else for executive board? Yes.
I'd be interested.
Somebody want to nominate Grant?
I nominate Grant.
Beautiful.
Second.
I was working
Why
on
is your
George,
last
but he
name
was a
Lincoln
hard
Avenue?
sell.
I like the water.
I knew that. I get emails all the time from Grant.
Brain fart.
Right. Anybody else for executive board? All right, very good. Moving on to the Veterans Club Committee. So I want to take a couple minutes to talk about the Veterans Club Committee. I'm going to call up Dave Glenn, and he's going to talk about what the role entails. Obviously, when you guys join a committee like this, the bar committee, the buildings and ground, there's a lot of things that are involved, and there's a lot of activity that goes into being in these committees. So it's not just something you put your name on and you don't show up to help out and do meetings and such forth, all right? Dave?
Okay, on the bar committee, we just have a few things that we deal with, which is quite a few. But first of all, participate in monthly meetings, and the monthly meetings are 5 o'clock on the day before, or on the same day as the post meeting. You oversee the running of the bar, and a real big one is the setup and tear down of the potluck for the Iowa football games, which deals with the 50-50 pool and also pools that are going on during the day. Also help with all events, and this last year we started doing a lot of different events to try to drum up more people to come into the bar area and participate, and so far they've been going very well. And there's probably going to be some other games that are going to be involved, so you'll be in charge of of helping that out as well. Also, we do meals once a month, sometimes twice a month. We do burgers and chips on the second Tuesday of every month. And then sometimes if there is a free Tuesday in there, we'll throw in tacos. We'll have tacos as well. And then also we do inventory of all our liquor and soft drinks and things in there quarterly, so you have to be involved in that as well.
Thank you, sir. All right, second call for Veterans Club Committee. Nobody's excited to be on that after hearing all those things? Currently have Damon Meyer, Shane Schaefer, Dave Glenn, Jerry Cleveland, Al Willenborg, Jim Bruce, and Bob, nobody brought Bob's name up yet, but.
Michaela Neff.
Huh?
Michaela Neff.
Michaela, do you?
She's an employee.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a fine line. I gotta look in the bylaws for that because you're an employee here at the American Legion, is that correct, Michaela?
Yes.
All right, that's a fine line because you'd be in a committee that manages you, yes.
That'd be nice.
Commander, that'd be a conflict of interest.
I agree. Let me dig into it though, but I do think it's going to be a conflict of interest. We have one more call next month, so I will get back to you before then. But I'm pretty confident to say that it would be a conflict, okay? We have other roles if you're interested. I would love to have you part of the Legion family here working on the board or something, right? Cool. Anybody else? Veterans Club. Veterans Club, last call. All right.
Okay, we can't, Bob, we cannot.
He's not here.
He's not here.
All right. Buildings and ground. Do you want to talk about buildings and ground at all, Denny?
Not really.
Would love to hear your voice.
Don't have one.
That's why we got a microphone.
Building grounds takes care of, just like it says, everything outside. Lawn, parking lot. We don't do snow removal, obviously, unless it's an emergency. We come up and shovel once in a while. Take care of all the flags, flag poles, flag disposals. Take care of the hall rental. Big thing is the hall rental. Coming up, cleaning it after events. Make sure everything's set up for the next event, or cleaning it. And we have a good committee that comes up and does that right now. And anything else that comes up, the garage, we take care of everything in the garage. And mow the lawns and stuff, so.
Change light bulbs.
Change light bulbs. Brakes. List of complaints from the bar committee.
Thank you, Mr. Carson.
We'll remember that.
Obviously, just like the bar committee, the buildings and grounds is a very active role here at the American Legion. I think we have, what, is it 7 coming off? 5 coming off. 5 coming off, excuse me. So we have 5 coming off this year. So we are still looking for people on buildings and ground. Buildings and ground.
If we have a new member here that'd like to get involved, I would nominate Peter.
Kirby. Peter, I like it.
Got it.
Oh, you know what, Peter? Well, nope, that's fine. Because you are on the executive board, but obviously buildings and ground is not an executive board position other than, you know, one representative from that. So I think that's no conflict. Yes?
I nominate Matt Masters.
Matt Masters? Matt, are you interested in that?
Sure.
There's a first vice position open too.
There's a lot of vices open that I'm not nominated for.
He has lots of places.
Yeah, and he's experienced.
Radigan? Yes, sir.
John Madigan?
John Radigan. Where's John at? Are you interested, John?
He's already nominated last month.
Was I?
Was he?
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
Been nominated.
Oh, I like it. I don't think John was not nominated last month.
He wasn't?
No, he's coming off of the board, yes. John, do you accept?
Yeah, I'll do it.
So far, nobody's nominated other than the people who nominated today, which is Pete Purvey, Matt Masters, and then John Radigan.
I've got Leonard Olson down and Mike Barron from last month. Check the minutes.
I will have to check those as well. Well, we can do John Radigan as well.
If not, I'll nominate Leonard.
I'm on it already.
Leonard doesn't get to go in.
All right, so I think there's a confusion with the paperwork of who's coming off versus who nominated. So we'll look at the notes from last month and we'll get back to you on that, okay?
I got down Mike Barron, Leonard Olson, and John Radigan.
All right. Well, I must have the old notes or something. All right, anybody else for buildings and grounds? Anybody gonna nominate Denny Carson?
I'll nominate Danny Carson.
Yeah, I'll second.
No, we did that last month.
We did that last.
He declined. He declined last month. Are you interested, sir?
I suppose.
Very good.
I'm the same way.
All right. That is all the positions. Next month, we will do the final call. We will also get sworn in for anybody who gets elected. For positions where we have more than the recommended, we will be having paper and a board up here, so we will actually go through and, have those people elected the correct way. Questions or anything about the nomination process? Yes.
Real quick, quick reminder, when it comes to the Building and Grounds and Vets Club, it's a 2-year commitment. And how we'll do that, we'll have all the nominees listed, and it will be whoever out of the top 5 get the most votes, or the top 4 or whatever.
Any other questions or comments or concerns about that? All right, we will circle back about this for a last call next month. Any other old business that needs to be discussed? Old business. Very good. Moving forward to new business. I got 2 things that I got to bring from the executive board meeting. The first one, we got a request from the bar committee to add 2 more members to the bar committee to take that total from 6 to 8. And the reason they're wanting to do this, the justification behind it, is because of all the activities that they're currently doing here at the post. The executive board went and agreed upon it, but this is something that needs to be brought up at the general meeting because it is going to change our bylaws. Nothing in the bylaws right now will change. We'll start the process of going through the bylaws and looking at them, and then we will start that process, hopefully getting those approved still in this year. So, do we have any discussion that is needed about adding 2 members to the bar committee? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Well, I think I can present things without a motion, correct?
Nope,
I apologize.
but it works.
Very good. Somebody want to put that motion on the floor? We're going to do it the right way. Dick, can I get a second on that motion? Kelly, very good. All right, any further discussion needed about that? All right, we'll do this again. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Thank you, Dick. I appreciate that. All right, I got one more thing we need to bring up, which is the siding for the garage. We got a quote for $6,800 to replace the siding on the garage, which is going to be the same metal siding that we currently have on our building around here, and it's being done by the same people, right? So would somebody like to put a motion on the floor to approve the $6,800?
So moved.
I have a motion here.
Second?
I'll second it.
Got a second? Any further discussion needed about that? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. See how that works? Motion and it passes.
Who seconded that? I didn't catch it. Okay, thanks, Jim.
All right, any other new business? Okay, any good of the Legion or correspondence? Roger Norfolk?
I'm not sure we really talked about the military ball we're starting to plan. If so, I'm going to just re-hit it again. For November, we're going to try to have a military ball right here. We've been working on what the menu's going to be, what the cost it'll be, what advertising to do. Commander Robert thinks that we'll probably sell most of the capacity of the hall to members of our post, but we want to try to get it beyond that, so we'll still kind of advertise it. If we get it filled up, then next year we'll move to a bigger venue, because there are other places that we can use for no cost. So if you've got any thoughts about it, if you've never been to one, it's a lot of formality. If you can wear a dress uniform, or if you just have a nice enough looking shirt, you put your ribbons on it, that's how we kind of started. And there are some traditional toasts and things that are done, and I think it'll be a good time. So 4th of November, that's in the planning stages, and I'll give you more information as we continue it. Any questions of me? Cool.
Robert, this is a joint ball?
What do you mean?
All service?
All services?
All services.
Oh.
Yeah,
So there's all different traditions gonna be done, or?
No. No, there's a set format that normally a military ball goes along. And I've been to Marine ones, I've been to Army ones, I've been to Navy ones, they're all close enough.
I understand
So,
that, but.
yeah.
Is there a certain tradition that you're looking for?
No, I was just
I think
curious.
that's what Roger was saying. If there's something particular that you've been to a ball or something that you've seen that you're interested in, please bring it to our attention, because we would like to know about it.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Any other questions about the ball? Any other good of the Legion or correspondence? Yes, Mr. Hogan.
We have a committee for the car show. We met April 3rd. It's going to be on June 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. right out here in the parking lot. We're going to have food. We've got that set up. Today I got arranged for public parking at Hubble's and at the lumberyard. They both enthusiastically said, you can use our lot. So that's all set. All we need now is everybody to spread the word. Come on out and have a good time. We got around 100 cars last year. I think we can deal with 125 and that'd be about it. Yes,
Gary gonna be involved in that again this year?
Olive?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's already paid for the trophies.
Are motorcycles allowed?
That's a good event out there.
Sure. We might have we'll have to talk about that. We're gonna have another committee meeting May 3rd here at the post at 6 o'clock. So those of you on the committee, and we'll bring up the motorcycle thing too. So.
What's the date again?
May 3rd is the committee meeting. For the show is June 25th. It's a Sunday. The entry fee, $15. And each entry gets one free meal.
And that's the entry for the car or the motorcycle?
Right,
Okay.
right. And Dash Black's first 100 or so will hopefully have some goodie bags as well. Oh, any other questions about the car show? Anybody interested? You can send the entry things to me. We're gonna have some entry forms here pretty soon. And send your check and your entry form to me, and I will have my address on it. And I'll see, of course, that the money gets back here. Make the check out to the post, not me. Make the check out to the post. Any other questions? All right, couple other things. District conference, the second district conference, which is us, is Saturday at Farley. Registration at 9 o'clock. You should have registered ahead of time if you want to eat, but if you don't care about that, then come on up and join in the fun. There'll be election of district officers and all kinds of things going on, and taking care of district business. 9 o'clock at Farley. They have a really beautiful public hall up there that easily accommodates both the auxiliary and the Legion, and it's just a great facility. One other thing real quick, I was reading someplace that there's concern over burning flags. And of course, that's the prescribed way to properly dispose of non-serviceable flags. And I did some fishing around, talked to the department adjutant, and he went to the National and so forth, and nobody seems to know much about it. But the flag code mentions that most flags are made out of artificial materials. And in some cases, burning them causes dioxin, which is not a good thing. But I've been doing some checking and nobody has a policy on it, so I guess we're gonna continue as we are. I talked to the Lynn County Health Department today, and they said, we don't know of any changes either, so you're okay. So that's what we're planning on, and the event will be held right around Flag Day. I don't have the exact date in my head right now, but it'll be in Springville. And they do a great job out there. If you've never seen that formal ceremony, you should come out and see it. It's great. So that's it. And anybody got any questions?
I believe June 14th, is that correct?
Yes.
June
Flag Day.
14th. is
June
Flag Day.
14th? Okay. Sometimes it's on Flag Day, sometimes it's not, so, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, sir. Any other good of the Legion of correspondence? Yes, Mr. Carson.
Just got a text from my wife, another longtime member passed away today, Larry Calder. So, I know he had been in hospice also, so.
He lives in Monticello.
Monticello.
Thanks,
Any other good of the Legion of correspondence? Dan?
Commander, I would like to ask those 4 new members that are at your first meeting to stop by to make sure I have their information for the newsletter, so I can pass that on to.
If you can also include in that, I think branch service would be really nice to have. I think that would be nice for David, because they're doing, updating that information as well when they send that out. So,
Okay.
yeah, branch of service would be nice. Anything else you can think about, Dave?
No, that was good. Emails.
Name, email, and branch of service.
Okay.
I think that'll put us on the right foot. All right, any other good allegiance correspondence? Cinco de Mayo on May 5th, there's going to be a taco party up here.
yeah.
So make sure you come up and represent. All right, anything else? I think we can move to the raffle now.
Wait for it.
Back it out. We're in again and ready for this 4:30.
495.
I missed it by one.
495?
Tickets. Let me put my glasses on, hold on. What does that say? What, 494? Oh, I got it. Me. Yup, I got it, right per. Check it.
Double check.
He doesn't get it anymore, I do.
I have to put my glasses on.
Little pride there.
I know. One lens.
Yeah.
Good, I'm not gonna
Get
put
your
my
next
bird.
They're going to pay you next time? Is that what's going on here? Just carry that on to next
You also like
month.
recruiters now. Put it at the bar. Yep, it's gonna go right back in there.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Shortly.
Okay.
You got any bathrooms up? Captain Link here. I'm just waiting for these
Roger's thirsty.
fine gentlemen back here.
I have no idea what's going on. We're all just sitting there looking at each other.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, so there's it's Freedom Foundation, right? So there's a Freedom Foundation on Center Point Road. I forget the old bar that used to be there, but it's like right next to Kentucky Fried Chicken in that little area there, right next to the gas station.
Prime time.
Prime time, thank you. If you haven't been over there, go down there. I was gonna talk to Jason about maybe us doing a ride down there over to there. It's not a very far ride, but to do a ride over there and kind of introduce our riders. Yeah, Jim?
Take canned goods over there, they appreciate it. Yep.
All right.
Canned goods.
I've already
been
there. Alrighty.
And they cut hair for free for veterans, I don't know what days too, so they.
Is there any further business to come before the meeting? If not, the chaplain will lead us in prayer. Uncover.
But let's be mindful of God's presence here as we get prepared to leave. And may the peace of God rule in your hearts, and the word of Christ dwell with you richly in all wisdom. Go forth now in love as those called to do his work. And may God's favor and mercy bless you always. Amen.
Amen. Cover. Till we meet again, let us remember that our obligation to our country can only be fulfilled by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be ever a main objective of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. The Color Guard will now retrieve the POW, MIA, and missing comrade flags. The Color Guard will now retrieve the colors. Hand salute. Two. I now declare this meeting of Marion Post 298, the American Legion, Department of Iowa, adjourned.